Morning, everybody.
Happy Friday. We thought it was real funny that we just were on Facebook Live and we knew that we'd be getting comments. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's our new intro.
It's our new intro because we don't want all of our intros to look the same because you wouldn't know the difference between the shows. So we're going to start rolling into the show with a silent type. But welcome to the studio, Dad.
Our first guest ever.
Tom McDermott Sr.
Get those headphones on right. I know it's there we go. He's getting them on.
Yeah.
All right. All right. There you
What's
are.
up, Pops? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's good to be here.
You're the first guest of our show.
Thanks for being our first guest. You know what that means? You're just going to get ripped by your son for the next hour.
I got my best material. It's I've been waiting for this for a long time. So, hey, first, before we get started, you want to go through?
Yeah, let's go.
We got a lot of sponsors. So,
welcome to Left to Center podcast episode 3. You've got Mayor Tom. You've got the senior mayor, Tom, and you got me, Kevin Smith, and we got a bunch of sponsors, some new sponsors, so let's go through them.
Do you want to talk about the Apple Podcast thing first?
Yeah, let's do that. That's exciting news.
This is really cool. We got our show, after only 2 shows, this is pretty crazy, Dad. We got accepted to be on the Apple Podcast platform.
You can now subscribe to us.
I listened last night on my phone. I mean, it's after the fact, though, so it gets archived on Apple Podcasts. How long do you think that takes, John? A day?
At most. Because I was thinking,
today's show will be on tomorrow morning?
Think about The Daily, right? You and I both listen to that podcast. It's always available 4:30 a.m. the day after the news.
Gotcha.
So it's probably 12 hours, something like that.
Awesome.
So if you want to subscribe,
right,
you can go to the Apple Podcast app and search for Left of Center Show.
The Left of Center Show.
That's
and it's
right.
got our, it's got our logo on there.
Right next to Joe Rogan. So,
yeah, it's right next to Joe Rogan.
Subscribe.
I've been listening to Joe Rogan a lot lately.
Well, he's he's like the epicenter of podcasting. So
he is. He's amazing. I listened to him yesterday with Nikki,
what was her
Nikki
name?
Glazer.
Yeah, she's a little out there.
Wow, no kidding.
Well, let's go through some sponsors.
Sure.
We got some new ones, and then we're going to head in with Tom Sr. We got a lot to talk about, including how and why he broke his hip.
Oh yeah, that was one of our top 10 reasons why I lost the election. So
see how we're blaming you?
We're not blaming you. It's just one of the reasons. Yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and start. Kev, you go. You want to get the first one?
I'd be happy to. This is a new sponsor, and thanks to Realtor Jeff Cardwell with Macaulay Real Estate, who proudly serves all of Northwest Indiana for all your real estate needs. Jeff's got 11 years of experience, and Tom's very excited about this. He's a 9-year Navy veteran. Is there some sort of yeehaw or what do Marines do?
The Navy guys are a bunch of disgruntled people. We were underwater and disgruntled. So
he's 9-year Navy veteran, and that's something else. And
Jeff knows what I'm talking about.
He absolutely does, and he's a realtor you can trust. Call him today and find out why Jeff is the home of 5-star service. 219-743-5157. That's 219-743-5157, or visit gcardwell.macaulay.com. Thanks, Jeff.
Pinnacle Concrete Llc. Pinnacle Concrete can meet all of your concrete needs. They do all types of concrete work, including patios, driveways, sidewalks, porches, steps, and decorative concrete. Check out some of their work on Facebook at Pinnacle Concrete Llc. Schedule a free estimate today by calling Rigo Escada Sr. at 219-805-7572, Rigo Escada Jr. at 219-407-4567, or message us on Facebook. They are licensed, bonded, and insured in all towns and cities in Lake County, Indiana.
The Rigos are hard workers.
Yeah, they are. Well, Rigo Sr. works for the city of Hammond. Rigo Jr., he graduated from Andrean last year, started this business. Him and his dad are, and he's just a great kid.
When you call a business and you want them, and you're like, hey, a contractor, and you're like, hey, can you come out tomorrow? And they say, yeah, they can come out. And then you're like, hey, I can't come out today. I got to come out next week. These guys are call them.
Yeah.
They're there.
And not only that, when you're talking to Rigo Jr., you think you're talking to some father of 4 and stuff. Seriously, he's so mature. He's 19 years old. But
congratulations to those guys.
But you've watched him play a lot of baseball games. He was on my World Series team.
Yeah.
He was a great kid. He was 7 years old when I first met him, he was because his parents are native from Mexico. So when they first got here and I started coaching him, I would talk to him, and if I had to talk to the parents, they were still learning.
He was he would translate.
He was the translator.
He was the interpreter.
And he was 7 years old. That's how I met Rigo. And then obviously over the years, I got to know his parents really well, and Rigo's he's a top quality kid. But this is his business, so.
All right, search him out, Pinnacle Concrete LLC. Region News Source, featuring Northwest Indiana region-specific breaking news and stories, focusing only on facts. Paul Goddard and his team are proud to declare that they have no political opinion or bias, just facts and truths straight from reliable and trusted sources. It is free. Check out the website at regionnewssource.org or follow them on Facebook at Region News Source.
Paul Goddard got me in trouble with the Times. I just want to point that out, Paul. So, because he egged me on.
You
he
said,
said, "What are they?"
Wait a minute. You threw the papers.
Give me that paper.
Paul, no, I'm not. Are you gonna?
I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna put it right next to me.
Oh, now.
Like I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. Yeah, I threw it on the ground the other day as like a gag, and then like I heard about it. Put it that way. I'm not gonna like get into details, but I get Times newspaper every morning.
So
delivered
do I.
on my doorstep.
I used to be a Hammond Times newspaper delivery boy back when he was probably running operations over there on Fayette Street, right?
That's right. That's right.
Back in the day. All right.
Shoop's Hamburgers, named one of the best burgers in Chicagoland. Shoop's has been a staple of the local fast food scene since 1948. In addition to burgers, they have a variety of diner staples. Okay, yeah. Diner staples that won't break the bank. Located just off of 8094 and Indianapolis Boulevard. Visit the original Shoop's, built at 7239 Indianapolis Boulevard. They got an excellent new parking lot also. This is something you should check out. Check out the menu at shoopshamburger.com.
It needed it for a while. I don't know what the heck the guy that owned the place
dude
did.
that owns that is a total slumlord.
But
But we have a brand new parking lot at Shoop's. It's gorgeous. By the way, at that building, we also have a law firm, John Cantrell's law firm.
He's there.
And we have Bella Hair Studio. Great tenants, great building, great burgers. Shoop's Hamburgers.
I would say my go-to burger at Shoop's is the Mickey. Double cheese, single meat, Shoop's everything toppings. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
What about you?
Bacon cheeseburger.
Boom.
Yeah, they know who I am. Like if I call in, I don't have to. I say no relish, no onions. They know it's mine, and then they start spitting on it. No, I'm just kidding. Shoop's would never do that. Shoop's would never do that. They like me at Shoop's.
But they are great people over there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a new sponsor too. Attorney Alfredo Estrada at Burke, Costanza, and Carberry. Locations in Maryville and Chicago. Alfredo is one of the most experienced lawyers in the area of immigration and civil litigation. Call Alfredo at 219-769-1313. That's 219-769-1313. And who's going to take on the Spanish here, Mr. Spanish? Adelante con Alfredo. How about that?
Oh, look at that. Adelante con Alfredo.
Thank you. Oh,
right.
Lindsay's helping us. You know, Alfredo, by the way, Mayor.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about him.
We just made a deal with Alfredo Estrada and his law firm where they're going to represent the Hammond Legal Aid Clinic with DACA recipients.
And other immigration needs.
And people that need immigration help in the city of Hammond, which is 30% of the population now. I imagine a lot of the 30% have issues with immigration and they can't afford an attorney. So we have the Legal Aid Clinic and we decided to expand our operations.
Make it available to any family or person that needs it in the city. So Alfredo's there. Call Legal Aid Clinic as well.
He's a top quality attorney. So.
I mean, I'll tell you that he's one of the go-to immigration guys in the area.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think he is the.
Yep.
Yeah.
He knows a lot about it. He's spoken on it. He's done seminars, CLEs on it, and he's good.
Laughing Right Productions invites any and everybody to a downtown drive-in Hammond movie night. Tonight, August 21st, we will be showing Yesterday, which focuses on a world where the Beatles never existed.
It's making John cry.
The first show will begin at 7:15 with the second showing at 9:45 p.m. Yesterday will also show on Sunday, August 23rd at 4 and 8:45 p.m. Only $10 per person. Bring a chair and a friend to downtown Hammond at 5218 Holman Avenue. You can purchase tickets at ticketme.com. That's ticketmee.com. And if you use the code GOHAMMOND, you can get up to $10 off your ticket purchase. To stay in the loop for future movie events, follow us at LRP Networks, Inc. on Facebook. Antoine Clemens. It's parking lot at Sibley and Holman.
That's where it's like an outdoor drive-in this weekend. So
that's awesome.
Check it out. Really cool.
Yeah. So tonight, Yesterday. It sounds like a good time.
Yep, go check it out. Ticketmee.com.
Okay.
This is an easy one for me, Smith Sursick. The only thing I want to say here is a quick story about Steve, my law partner for decades. I was like, "Hey, Steve."
Truly the brains of the operation.
Well, that's what I'm telling the story. I was like, "Hey, Steve, what are you reading?" He's like, "Oh, I'm reading Marcus Aurelius Meditations and I can't even pronounce this. What was the other one? Oh, Epictetus." I was like, "Who? What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm reading the Stoics now. I love philosophy." I was like, "Okay, Steve."
That's reason number one. When you come to Smith Sursick, you know which lawyer you want representing you.
Go read Marcus Aurelius, Steve. So anyway, smithsursick.com.
Rapid Fire.
Rapid Fire. Let's talk about them. That's, of course.
You do this one.
I can. Absolutely. So Rapid Fire, check it out. We've talked about it before. It's Rapid Fire NWI on Facebook. 5,000 square foot arena. Go shoot up your friends with Nerf guns. Great place. Lou Malnati's is the exclusive pizza distributor. And by the way, you can still get $50 off a full arena experience. They've got over 5,000 square feet there in Griffith. Rapid Fire NWI. Use the code Mayor Tom. Mayor Tom for $50 off.
Sorry.
Rapid Fire NWI.
Last but not least, Misprint Printing, Munster and Hammond locations. Rick Baltonsberger and his team are there for absolutely all of your printing needs. He's responsive, he's fast, and he's good. Banners and signs of all sizes, from wrapping cards to business cards. No job is too big or too small. Dude, who did this one? That was you?
Yeah.
Look at you.
That?
You got a future, Kevin.
From wrapping cars to business cards.
You have a future.
It's gonna be on his building soon.
If it is, you should copyright that right away.
All right, well, that's our
So
sponsors.
anyway, I didn't say, call Rick or Teresa at Misprint at 219-836-2517. Those are our sponsors.
Thank you, thank you all of our sponsors for keeping us. And one of the things the sponsors were able to help us do was to get our phone lines up and running this week.
We have a phone line. That's 219-595-0792. We encourage you to call, especially if you have really tough questions for our guest,
Tom Sr. And tell us about how you voted for him or Ed Ruskowski in 1983.
Okay. All right. Nice. So
Get into it.
We're all good. Let's jump in. How's it going, Dad?
Good.
Am I supposed to call you Dad? Yeah, I'll call you Dad.
Pops.
Absolutely.
I was thinking Pops. I like Pops.
I tried to name the
That's Lindsay's.
episode. We're trying to think of something funny for the episode. I did Papa Mac Daddy, but
Papa
we'll
Mac
see what
Daddy.
happens.
Tom
if
Senior.
that lasts,
Yeah.
John will probably think of something much better.
Because it's going to be, by the way, I'm so excited about being on Apple Podcasts.
I know you were yesterday. You're like, what?
I couldn't believe it. John, I thought that was going to take until like December.
No, that's how popular you are.
That's how popular this show is. They're like,
The more
but
explicit, the quicker you get.
Yeah, apparently.
yeah, like I talked to Dave Warple, and he goes, "What? Like, do they have like an F-bomb limit? Once you hit it, they let you on?"
No, that's what somebody told me how often you guys drop the F-bomb.
Not you guys.
Not you guys. Thank
It's
you.
not the F-bomb.
No, not much.
No,
it's
by the
only,
way,
it's only this guy.
Look at the cuss counter right now. Cuss counter at
Zero.
Good.
0.0.
That's where it should be, right, Senior?
Absolutely.
We got the explicit on our show.
I never cuss, and all my kids cuss.
All our kids.
They make up for it.
Nicole doesn't cuss.
No, Nicole. The good kids don't. Brett.
Wow.
Brett does. Brett cusses. But
Not a lot.
Only
Not a lot.
when he's pickled, he gets nasty.
Oh yeah. No.
He's not a good drinker.
Oh, I love. He's a good drinker.
Well, he's a good drinker.
He's a real good drinker.
He's an angry drinker.
I love. Well, when Angry Brett comes out, I just get the popcorn, man. I love it. It's like my favorite. Everybody's like, "What's going on with Brett?" I'm like, "That's Angry Brett." It's like,
Just sit
get
back
the
and watch.
popcorn. I love it. I love it, man. It's so funny. Lindsay, have you ever seen Angry Brett? No.
Oh, that's a good thing.
It's reserved. Like
Yeah.
it only comes out. It's like the Incredible Hulk. It comes out like once a year, but when it comes out, it's like watch out.
Yeah.
So, Senior, tell us like.
Brett's like hanging up now. Like,
That's right. He's
what the
like,
hell?
I'm not listening. I'm unsubscribing.
You're supposed to be ripping on Dad, not me.
Unsubscribe from your podcast. Senior, tell us. Everyone's always curious because we hear it all the time. What's Senior up to? What's he doing? What is he doing now that he's not the mayor of Hammond? Tell us.
Oh, Brett McDermott's watching. Sorry. I love Brett McDermott. My favorite brother for sure.
So I just recently bought a place out in Arizona, so I travel out there periodically, and then
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
I bought a yacht.
You did buy
about
a yacht.
month ago, and I'm already probably today or Monday going to buy a bigger yacht. That's the first thing.
Wow,
you do.
isn't that what happens? You buy
Yeah.
one and you want to buy
Yeah.
another. So
Yeah.
what? But what have you been doing? Are you doing any business? You working? You're just relaxing.
No, I'm at the restaurants, so I'm at the restaurants every night.
Which restaurants?
Tommy B's over in Valpo.
Oh, you're back in that? Oh, you're that's the one in
I was
Aberdeen,
there
right?
last night.
That's the one at Aberdeen, right?
Yeah. Tommy B's, and then the Abbey, and that's a hotel and a restaurant now.
Where's that?
In Valparaiso. Also.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's it at in Valpo? I should know these things.
Aberdeen.
I have to like go on my own podcast.
I haven't been
and listen.
invited yet. I wonder if
Dude, people ask me all the time. They're like, "What's your dad doing?" I'm like, "I have no idea." Like, he doesn't tell me what the hell's. He calls me up.
He
"Hey,
calls
I
you,
got,
"I
I
got
got
a
a boat." I'm like, "What? Like a boat? No, a yacht." I'm like, "I've never seen this guy one day in my life on the water." Now he's like,
Yeah, be
sailor.
careful. No
That's
sinking.
the
Don't
son
sink
of a-
it.
No,
son
I
I don't
of
want you
a
to be like Rodney
sailor.
Dangerfield and Caddyshack.
I have a chef and I got a captain.
Look at
so
you.
I sit on the back of the boat and
That's why you got such a good tan.
drink red wine. Yeah.
But like, ask him about his golf game.
my golf game sucks.
It went down the tubes. Allegretti's beating you.
Oh, beat me bad. Cost me a lot of money. Yeah.
Allegretti's probably like, "You ready to? Let's go. We're going, right?
Yeah,
We're coming." He's probably mad when you're not there.
He's the one that told me about the F-bombs.
Oh.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of F-bombs. I'm getting like stereotyped here.
Well, I mean, the cuss count. Well, wait a minute. The cuss counter hit like 50, didn't it, Lindsay?
Lindsay,
54.
that was fake news.
56.
That
Thank
was
you.
fake news.
Oh no.
My
it
dad
was
can
not.
tell you. He knows what's up with fake news. Like Lindsay's all about fake news.
Shout out to Freddie K. I'm glad you like.
By the way, we got our first caller, first official caller, 5950792, and this caller has a great history with Dad.
with Tom Senior.
He's a councilman in Hammond's 5th District, Dave Warple.
Let's see if
go
it
ahead and
works.
bring him up. If he doesn't work, man, I'm gonna start throwing stuff.
You are? What, the Times again? No. What are you gonna
Hey,
throw?
Warple, what's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Whoa!
Oh my success! I think
John, you could just.
I think John
mic drop.
Vesmar just peed his pants.
Mic drop. He's out. Where'd John go?
If only we had a mic for you to drop.
Yeah, but there was. I know, like we have, obviously the budget. I spent $10,000 in there. We can't get a damn microphone.
He pretended to drop a mic.
You guys just moved ahead of Joe Rogan now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just subscribe,
You
Dave.
guys can take a phone call now. So
Could you turn it up a little bit so I can hear him a little?
That's
bit
it.
better?
We're maxed.
Oh, is it?
Yep. We're working on it.
Can
Come
you
on.
guys hear me? Okay?
Yeah,
Absolutely. We can
you can
hear
hear
you
my
fine.
dad.
Yeah.
I want to hear this part about Tom Senior not cussing again, though.
Tom Senior never cusses.
Never cuss.
He was my baseball coach.
Oh, I screamed and yelled, but I didn't cuss. I just instructed the referees.
Do you agree with that
umpires.
statement there, Councilman Warple?
Yes, he does.
I plead the fifth.
Never cuss. And
You know, when Brett tried out, because back then at Woodmar you used to have tryouts, and when Brett tried out, I told one of my coaches with me, I'm like, I don't give a shit how good that kid is. We're taking Brett.
Yeah.
And my coach says, why? And then back then, we had, remember that, Senior, we had the kid umpires. The teenagers would umpire.
that's
and,
why I
I
called the
figured you-
pitches.
Yeah, and I figured, you know what, with the mayor being coach on my team, we weren't going to get a bad call all year.
Good thinking, Dave.
Yeah, believe me, I was a baseball coach and a mayor. And
That's back when Woodmore was
that
at
doesn't
Jefferson
necessarily
School.
work out. I felt like Notre Dame, like coaching my team.
It
Everybody
was
wanted to
great.
beat the mayor's team.
I think the first time I put Brett on the mound, he was 7 years old. And what did he do, Senior? Did he strike the team out in 9 pitches?
Well, it might have been a little higher than that, but yeah.
I don't care where the pitch.
Yeah.
I don't care where the pitch was. As Brett released the pitch, Tom Senior would yell, "Good one!" Strike.
Well, Councilman Dave, thanks for being our first caller.
You were talking to so many things. You were talking about back in the day when you were mayor and how, you know, the Hammond Times and all that. And I never delivered newspapers for you, but I met you. I think it was your inauguration night that it was a New Year's Eve or something. You guys all got in a limo and went around to all the different bars. And you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it well. That
Barely.
was when that guy came
You
up.
went around all.
The guy
walked in with
came
a-
up with was gonna kill one of the limo drivers, and he got out with his pistol, and he said, "You brought a knife to the gunfight." And
Dang, man.
yeah,
He was rough back then.
Yeah,
What was the
sounds-
name of that?
Yep.
That place up there by Lever Brothers. It's
Yeah.
no longer, but we
Yeah.
were sitting in there one night, and you guys walked in, and you had champagne. You were pouring everybody a shot of champagne around midnight, I remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
Long
I
time
remember
ago.
that. I remember that day. I was
Yeah.
13, 14 years old.
McPhillips was the cop, and
There you go.
Yeah, he came up the limo, and he threatened us, and Mike took it serious, and he pulled out his gun, and he said, "You brought the wrong weapon to a gunfight."
Nice.
So,
Councilman, thanks for the call. We
Thanks,
appreciate it, man.
Councilman Dave.
All right,
Looking
we'll see
forward
you
to
guys.
talking to you. Yeah,
All
man.
right, see ya. Thanks for calling. 595-0792.
Brett's been getting a lot of comments today.
Who it is, Brett?
Brett, yeah, we're
Oh.
talking about his baseball career, and
It's a lot of excitement for Brett.
I
He's
know,
probably
like
stop
he's like,
talking about
I
me.
know, right?
Hey, Senior, let me ask you a question. So, you know, obviously, Tom Jr. gets elected in 03. You were elected in 83. What would you say is the biggest difference that Tom's had as mayor that you either did or didn't have?
Okay, hold it before he answers. I
Yep.
told you yesterday what I thought he was going to.
We're going to see what he says.
Let's see how well I know my dad. Okay.
Right.
What's the biggest difference between me as mayor and you as mayor? Like, what's, I don't know.
probably. I was pretty easy. Yeah, probably.
No, but like, what's the biggest difference? Like, what I deal with on a daily basis
I
versus
think
when you were a
the
mayor?
demographics have changed
Oh, yeah.
dramatically. The towns changed.
Yeah.
I think that when Chicago disrupted the subsidized housing in South Chicago, and a lot of people moved
through Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, came over here, and a lot of moved in the Kennedy Park apartments, and
Many more. But
yeah.
you know what I thought you were going to say?
what?
Money. I thought for sure that's where you were going to go.
Well, yeah, big difference. Yeah, but
I mean, your budget versus.
I had no budget.
Yeah. His budget was basically our budget without the casino revenue.
Think about that.
So like any capital improvements had to be bonded for and stuff like that. Like
my growth a year was $1 million. So if I gave everybody a 2% or 3% raise in the city, that eliminated all the growth. So I had first year where the police and firemen came up to ask for a raise. I said, we don't have the money, no raises this year. And the cops and firemen are big supporters of the McDermott family.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And that was a hard thing to say, is no raises.
I'm dealing with dealing with that right now. I mean, first year after election, like just like when you were mayor, we have contracts up this year.
Yeah.
So we're
working hard with them. And it's not easy. And mayor, and I guess, Tom, you've said it a lot of times. You've never laid off a fireman. You've never laid off a policeman. You don't want to.
I never will. But like that doesn't mean that we haven't shrunk, though. By the way, when I took over, the fire department was at 180 firefighters, and it's at 155 now.
Wow.
We shrunk down to that. We didn't lay anybody off.
Normal
You haven't closed
attrition.
any firehouses?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Normal attritions.
Yeah,
It's probably been hard.
yeah.
Well, one of the things, I mean, we talked about the casino, but I mean, we always say it, right, that your vision about what happened up at the marina and the Milwaukee Clipper. I mean, did you think to yourself, this is going to be a casino someday, or did you think to yourself, I just want to get this big Milwaukee Clipper boat up here and see what happens?
Probably the latter than the former. Yeah.
What was your vision for the Clipper? Like Michigan Cruises kind of stuff?
When I took over in '83, I said that someday there will be a marina in Hammond, and we'll have a boat that people can get on the boat and go to Chicago and gamble.
Wow.
And that people laughed at it back then.
It was like the Milwaukee Clipper was your first yacht.
Yeah,
right.
That was a big one, though. But boy, did we have a lot of fun in that.
You know what's interesting? I tell this a lot because as mayor, you get into fights, and sometimes you think you're on the right side of the issue, and sometimes you're on the right side of the issue, but the public's not there and the council's not there. Like when my father was mayor. And this helps me in my job currently because you have to sell projects and you have to convince people this is the right way to go. And sometimes it's a real hard sell.
This was a crazy sell. Right?
So when my father was mayor and he wanted to create the Hammond Marina, now we look at it now, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
That was a no-brainer decision because without the Hammond Marina, we don't have the casino boat. Without the casino boat, we don't have capital improvements we've done. We don't have the college-bound program. We don't have any of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember when my dad was pushing this idea, we had to bond like $25 million in the city.
Yeah,
to
Which was at that time was crazy.
Oh,
yeah,
we had no credit.
That's like the early 90s. And to sell that marina to the city council and to the public was that was a major fight, right?
Yeah, you probably don't remember this, but we were going to the family reunion.
In Tahoe.
Yeah, in Tahoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had the whole family packed in the car driving up to Lake Tahoe.
Driving through the mountains.
Yeah,
which is like a 3-hour drive with no cell phones. And
well, this is like in the early 90s, no
but
cell phones,
Dad
right?
had a cell phone.
Oh,
he was
right.
the first person I knew that had a cell phone.
I had the cell phone that was about the size of a car.
You put it up to your head and you get head cancer.
And I do. I've lost a lot of hearing in my left side from that phone.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. I have no ability to hear on my left side.
Yeah.
And then I had a growth for a while, but yeah.
Man, you better look into this.
I gotta, go on the radio
Class
with my
action
dad
lawsuit of the
I
the
gotta
old
go on the
bag
radio
phones.
to learn things about my dad, I swear.
Those phones were.
So anyway, your bag phone you're driving through.
Yeah, it's 102 degrees in Sacramento, so we stopped to get ice cream, and the kids. I have a convertible, and so I go to the phone and check in, and Ed Cruz tells me, you got to get back. You got to leave. I'm in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are full. The ice cream's melting all over everybody. It's a mess. And I said, bad news, kids. You got to drive up Tahoe. I'm catching a plane out of Sacramento today. The city council's calling a meeting tonight, special meeting, to deny the
Marina.
The bond issue, right?
Yeah, deny the
Wow.
marina. So anyway, I get a flight. I'm sitting in the airport, and
So keep in mind now, Lynette, I'm in the Navy at
Yeah.
this time. Lynette and the kids continued going to
take off.
Tahoe.
Yeah.
They go to the family.
I've heard the
reunion.
Lynette side of the story too.
Right.
Oh,
So
so
she is really happy.
So dad flies home.
Yeah.
Lynette and the kids stay. I'm underwater poking
Yeah.
holes in the ocean.
There you go.
So, yeah.
And all 3 kids and Lynette take off for Lake Tahoe. So I'm sitting at the airport. I hear a page. Tom McDermott, please answer the phone. I pick up the phone. It's Cruz. He says, they heard you coming back, so they canceled the meeting.
Oh, my God.
So now I'm in Sacramento. The kids, everybody's gone up to Sacramento.
So would you rent another car?
I rented a car and still managed somehow to beat Lynette to Lake Tahoe. Yeah. I don't know how I did it.
She
but-
must have got lost.
Oh, God. Well,
That's a 2.5, 3 hour drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
That drive though, I was there. I went skiing a couple years ago. My buddies picked me up in Sacramento. We're going up. It was winter, obviously, and it took us 7 hours to get from Sacramento to Tahoe because it was just massive.
Oh, it's
amounts of
scary too. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know she probably drove 2 miles an hour and had traffic.
snow. Oh, some of those turns,
Yeah.
like you're like over. If you look like you as a driver, you just look at the road. Because if
Absolutely.
you look
Yeah.
across like how high you are,
Not a good idea.
intimidating.
Yeah,
Just
you
keep
don't
looking
wanna
at the
fall
road.
off the-
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to fall
So
off.
what was the whole controversy over the marina? Just too much money, or it's a pipe dream? It's never going to work.
All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and,
Yeah.
yeah, they all thought it was going to be a dismal failure, and it was. We bought. I think it was 22 million, but the amazing part of the whole thing, I started the Marina Commission with the help of NERC, and we started that and got the state handing up money, and then we didn't have enough money anyway, so I managed to borrow from Gary, Michigan City, their money.
Through the Marina Commission.
Yeah,
Right.
through the commission. And
Wow.
Right.
So
We're still a part of that, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
good story.
Yeah, we did a good job.
But, you know, the interesting thing about my dad and me, both as mayors of Hammond, is I think an advantage of not growing up in the region and becoming mayor is when you talk to a resident of Hammond that's lived in the city their whole life and you say, I'm going to turn Bobby Beach into a beautiful marina, and there's going to be people that are wealthy that are going to come here. People are like,
You're out of your brain.
You're out of your
nuts,
mind.
right?
Like, that's Bobby Beach. That's where people go to like throw beer bottles and like hang out with
that's
kids.
what
right?
it was called.
Yeah.
Called
Oh yeah,
beer-
I used to go there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And throw
in high
beer
school,
bottles.
for sure.
and
We used to hang
rubbers.
out there.
Yeah, no, the rubbers.
I didn't do any of
were
that.
all- Yeah, well,
That's
of
right.
it.
Yeah,
Kevin goes bareback. So.
but Bobby Beach was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's that was the hard.
Cuss counter is at 0 still. Like, I love
I
it.
think you missed one actually.
Lindsay counted that one.
No, I think you said
No,
yeah, I
that
think you
was
threw
the
an
funny
F-bomb out.
part of getting the funding for the marina. We got the bankers to come out to in Hammond, Indiana, and take them up to the marina site.
Well, I mean, I think it's a lot about vision, right? You got to have vision, and you had it, and thank God
And
you
so
did
did
because
Tom.
the city's better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me ask you now, when did the Clippers start becoming a pain in the ass? Because like at a certain point, first off, people are trying to get rid of it.
Right.
And now the city of Hammond's responsible for its care and maintenance, right?
Yeah.
And for those that you don't know, the Milwaukee Clipper was like, I mean, what would you describe it?
It was
as?
like a cruise ship.
It was like a decommissioned cruise ship that
was.
somehow ended up on the Great Lakes that Tom Sr. somehow bought.
We bought it and parked it, and it's like, okay, now we got a cruise ship.
And then we started painting it, and I mean, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really.
You got to like hire people that know how to paint boats to work for the city.
Yeah.
Did the Clipper ever make a maiden voyage to Chicago?
No.
But the Clipper became,
The Empress. Which
and then became
Yeah.
Moab, Horseshoe Casino.
And
Yeah.
that-
Without the Clipper, we don't have Horseshoe Casino.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
oh, it's not even close.
It
And
was
we
like
don't
a-
have the Hammond Marina.
The Hammond Marina, by the way, has 600 boats.
Oh,
in
more.
it.
700,
More than
800. It
700.
has the ability to have 900.
Right, but I didn't think we were that high, though. But anyway.
Oh, you're full.
No, we're not full
Oh,
right
we
now.
are?
Kevin, we haven't been full since we did the casino.
Right. Since the
We're usually like
Oh.
half, usually, since we did the big casino expansion. We pissed off a lot of voters.
Right.
Yeah, thanks to COVID, a lot of them came from Chicago.
Yeah,
We're probably
right.
2/3 this year.
Right.
So,
So we're at, what, 600-ish?
yeah,
Okay.
I think 650, 680.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
And it also is honorary Tom McDermott Senior Way.
Yeah,
You saw the picture on the podcast promo.
yeah.
Yeah, so your name's out there.
He knows that.
Yeah.
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 Came for the
He could have forgotten. I don't know. Stuff happens
a
when
lot
you get
of-
older.
Just left ear again.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
It's that damn cell phone I was using. All right. We got to get into the mountain biking.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So, like, how many times in your life you mountain biked?
Once.
We talked about it last show.
How many times will you mountain bike again?
Yeah, I bought a bike, and
It's a nice bike.
Yeah,
He could have.
Was.
It was.
$5,000. I bought it.
Which is like twice the value of the bike I ride.
So anyway, but we sold it.
I know you did. Like,
yeah. No, I did.
my favorite part though was he calls me and first off I'm campaigning, right? And my dad is like, okay, I'm going to be gone for a month, right?
It was like March, right? Mid-March.
Yeah. It was
like
before
right
the
after COVID.
Right.
It was before it started getting really bad. He flew out to
right.
Arizona, and we're like, I don't blame you. Get the hell out of here.
I stayed for your birthday.
That's right. That was last March 4th,
day.
right?
Yeah.
So he flies out there, and then he has a buddy out there that mountain bikes, and Dad's like Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to be a mountain biker. What a great time to pick it up. I'm 72.
Sure. Sounds like a great idea.
I need a new rugged sport. And
make sure you clip me in.
Yeah. So do you want clips? Hell yeah, I want clips. I don't want to be able to pull my feet off the pedals. I want to be able to go, right?
Another smart idea.
So he hit a cactus.
Well, tell us what happened.
Oh, first of all, you're not ever supposed to tell my age.
Did I say it? I did.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
We should have had people guess.
It's illegal.
Hey, John, could you erase where I said 72?
What'd you say, 72?
72.
Okay.
But we're going to erase that, so
Okay.
we'll do it post.
So anyway, we go mountain bike, right?
He has a 51-year-old son.
Yes,
That's
he
freaking
does.
old as
That should
hell.
tell you how old he is.
Yeah. But anyway, mountain biking.
So anyway, I had a choice. Yeah, we were cruising along, and about a week before, there was a lot of rain in the desert and a lot of ruts. And so I hit a rut and went through a cactus and went down on my hip because, as you said, I was locked in. And
Can you imagine seeing that, by the way? You just see this guy on a bike, he hits a cactus, he's not locking out, he's not clipping out,
Dude,
he just goes down.
I guarantee you, the guy you were riding with felt like crap.
Oh,
you had to.
Oh, he went probably here. He's a great guy, great friend. He calls me every day.
Did you know that you broke your hip right away?
I knew I hurt. That was hurt. I got up and I was a couple miles still in the desert, so we tried to walk out, and I said, I can't walk.
Wow.
So anyway, I said,
You rode out, right?
Yeah, I said, let's ride out. And then I fell.
That's hardcore.
And,
It is.
Screw this!
I went
I'm
through a
riding out.
cactus. Did you clip back in?
Of course.
Yeah, right? Clip back in.
I fell 2 more times.
Get the hell out of here. This is a freaking hot mess.
So anyway.
Goddamn, this guy is like, I am never taking this guy mountain biking again. Breaks his damn hip, falls all the time.
Do a PSA, a public service announcement on why not to mountain bike.
Yeah, so anyway, we went to his house and we started drinking margaritas.
That's when Dad called me.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, my little temporary trip to Arizona.
It's going to be a little more permanent.
I have to get a surgery now, and yeah.
So anyway, took me 2 days to go to the hospital. I tried to.
But that was when he was going to the hospital, it sucked because it was right as things were getting hot. And they were saying, if you need any elective surgery, you do not want to go, because we didn't know. At the time, it's
I
you
remember
could
that.
catch COVID
Yeah.
by just going to
Yeah.
the hospital,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Dad's like, I have to go in and get an operation. We're like, what the hell? You flew out there to be safe, and now you're going to a hospital? Are you crazy?
It was not a good situation.
Yeah, it was.
We were all worried about you.
But the good thing is his new sport is skydiving, so I'm sure that's
Yeah.
a lot better. So.
No, I'm still I'm climbing the dunes.
So, that was in March. It's August. How's your hip?
Good. I'm really good.
Except for the golf game.
My golf sucks.
It's got to be
Allegretti's
the hip,
beating
though,
the
right?
shit out of me.
Yeah, he is. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I never cuss.
What?
Shit is
I
not.
love it. Is. That's two. There is no way I'm not cussing the rest of the show. You see where I get it from,
Lindsay,
right? You see where I get it from?
Shit
Lindsay
is,
can't believe
Love
it.
it.
Lindsay,
He said
shit's not.
He's 4 times.
Keep on
It's
cranking, baby. Keep on. Now you see why our show has the E. It's not Tom McDermott's fault. It's not my fault.
That's a body function. It's not.
Well, that's why we have the E.
I love it. I love it. So, okay. Another one of my dad's stories. I love this story. Okay, so Dad wants to go golfing. This is a couple years ago. We go out to Arizona, right?
Yep.
And he wants to go golfing, and Marissa and we were with. Brett was out there. The whole family was out there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was my birthday party.
Yeah, your birthday.
My 50th birthday. You were out
Yeah.
there.
I was there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
That was
so
a-
Kevin was there for this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna we were like, everybody wants to hike Piestewa. Is that how you pronounce it? Squaws Peak.
Squaws Peak.
Piestewa.
Oh, yeah, we were here for that. I've got some good pictures of
so
this.
Dad's like, well, I want to go golfing. And we're like, okay, why don't we hike first? We'll do it early morning because it's Arizona. It's hot. And then after that, we're going to go. We didn't know how hard that was going to turn out to be, right? And then we'll go golfing, right? So Dad's like, you could tell he's like, all right, everybody wants to do this. I'll do it. But he's like, I'm going goddamn golfing.
And by the way,
right?
when you get to that trailhead, there's a double diamond.
It's a double
FYI.
diamond, which is the same as Camelback, which is hard.
Yep.
So we get there, and then we're like, Dad, like, he's got like golf shoes on. He's got a polo.
I have a picture of this.
A polo. He looked like as soon as I'm done with this.
Boy, I'm going to get as soon as I get over this hill.
I'm going straight to the country club.
Gonna hit
right?
the first tee. The first tee's on the other side of this hill, right?
And then I'm going to golf, right? So we're like, okay, and we're with the women too. So like some of the women have to like go to the bathroom before, right?
Yes.
And Dad's like, I am not waiting around.
Yeah.
While they go to the
I'm
bathroom.
heading out.
I'm going up right now. I'll meet you guys at the top, right? So we're like,
I've got a tea time.
we're like, you can't wait? No, I'll meet you up. You guys will catch me. We're like, okay. So we watch Dad go walking up, and he has no hat, nothing, no sunblock, like a polo shirt, like a golfer walking up.
Is my ball up here?
The only thing he's missing is his golf bag, right?
I really sliced it.
So like Kevin and I are watching Dad go up, and the girls get back. They're like, "Where's your dad?" I'm like, "About 1,000 feet up on this mountain right here. We're watching him, right?" So like we all start like double timing because we have to catch Dad.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're hauling, and then we notice he's not going as fast, right? And then I'll never forget this. We catch up to him finally, and we're like 1/4 of the way up the mountain, maybe 1/5. And by the way, it took us 20 minutes.
Well, don't forget that once you get up, you have to come back down.
Well, like we get up to him, and he is like a hot freaking mess. Like,
I had no water.
He had no water.
Oh, of course not.
No water, because you don't need water on a golf course, right? And then like all the sweat is going right into his eyes, and he can't see
dehydrating,
anything, right?
Yeah.
And he's like walking around like blind. We're like, what would you do if I wasn't here? So like, I took off my shirt and we like made him a little like headband.
Yeah, we
and
gave him water.
And then he cranked it out though. He got to the top.
Well, I mean, the way down was a little rough. I remember there was a lot of like on your butt.
Dude, it was hard. No, that hike is no bullshit.
No, I agree.
No, going down's scary.
But you did. I think going down might be harder actually. But you did it. Like,
well, they always say going down's harder on your knees.
Yeah,
than going
for
up.
sure. But like, if you do go on your butt, that's the right way to do it. And he was.
That's what Senior did.
Listen,
and you were
man.
guarding him in the front.
Yeah. There's no pride. There's no pride
No.
when you're going down, because if you mess up on that mountain, you're dead. Like you'll die.
It's
People
double
do it all
diamond.
the time. They'll break their leg, and then you have to get a helicopter to pick you up. Like, so like after that one though, because we were gonna do Camelback the next day with Dad, and we were like, no way in hell.
You go golfing. You go golfing. We're going hiking.
Camelback is so much harder than that. Like they're both rated double diamond, but the one we did, it was like I don't know, 20,000 stairs. And
Yeah,
it just
I don't know. Who
you just keep
knows?
on walking up like natural stairs, like rock stairs.
Yeah, it's rocks.
But like when you get to the top of Piestewa,
Beautiful.
that's amazing, right?
Gorgeous.
What a view.
It's literally like a peak. It's literally like if you're on top of a peak, and like it is pretty incredible. But Camelback's like that too. I love it.
It's gorgeous out there. You're
Like,
lucky.
his place.
Yeah.
His place is like 5 minutes from Camelback.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 minutes from the trailhead. It's amazing. So like when I go out there, I don't golf.
Where's your golf course out there? What do you do? Where do you like to go?
I go to the bar.
The bar only.
Yeah,
No
dude,
golfing out there.
He's like the mayor over there. I swear. He is.
Yeah. No, it's
Is that going to be your winter spot?
there's a bar right across the street from my
It's a hotel, Tallyho.
Ballyho, and it takes about 2 minutes from my condo to my bar seat.
And it's like famous. It's been there since when nothing was out there.
Wow.
Ballyho was there.
Yeah.
And like famous movie stars and everything would go there to get away. And now it's like in the middle of a metropolis. But back then it was like in the middle of nowhere.
So what do you think? You're going to have your Christmas party, then head out? Is
My
that the plan?
Christmas party this year is going to be about 300 people because the downstairs finished.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
And then off to Arizona after that?
You should keep
right
you should keep your pool open until then. That would be awesome.
Yeah, keep that. That'll be a nice,
He could.
easy NIPSCO bill.
No, he could though, because he has a cover.
There you go.
I couldn't do it on mine. He could do it on his.
Yeah.
For the Christmas party.
Christmas party in the pool.
I would be there.
I was going to do it
It
last
wouldn't surprise
year.
me.
Yeah, no, I was going to do it last year.
I want to ask you a political question. Like, I know that my dad's a huge Republican. Obviously, he's been a Republican his whole life. Got the Ronald Reagan Award. Like, he's got a very proud. In fact, we want to use that bus.
Oh, I cannot wait to get that bus.
That bus
there.
is going to be in the studio. But you know, I know my dad's voted twice, pulled the Democratic ballot twice in his life. Technically, under Indiana law, he's a Democrat currently because he pulled the Democratic ballot.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But he'll be a Republican shortly. He is. But what do you think about the election this year? I mean, honestly.
It's going to be a landslide. It really is. It's already over. I mean, it's so crazy. You guys are nuts. I mean,
no, John's on the same team as you.
Landslide? John's on the landslide team?
Yeah,
landslide. That is craziness.
Yeah.
No, how could you
We're
say?
glad John has a
which
microphone.
Which states are going to shock us? Like first off, California, New York, all the big.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, we know he barely won last time. So what states is he going to flip? And what state? He's going to keep Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, and Wisconsin,
and Minnesota. He's going to. I
wouldn't doubt Minnesota.
Yeah,
I mean, Minnesota.
He's not going to get Minnesota.
Yes, I'll bet
You think
anybody
Minnesota's-
$5,000 wants to bet me on Minnesota.
All right, you got it. Like, I don't know if this is illegal or not. We got $5,000 waiting for any caller who wants to bet him
On Minnesota.
Yeah, he's going to win Minnesota.
on Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, that's a weird.
That's
bet.
going to be his pickup. Huh?
Amy
And he's going to
Klobuchar.
keep
Who's
Florida.
the other senator? I guess Minnesota is a Democratic state. Amy
Yeah,
Klobuchar,
oh,
Al
Franken.
Franken.
Yeah, big time. It's
I can't say. Like, what is a landslide though? Because like that, you're saying like California, New York, all the big
New
liberal
Mexico.
I mean, landslide is like Nixon McGovern.
Right.
Is that what you're predicting?
Well, like Ronald Reagan.
You're predicting Nixon McGovern?
Absolutely.
So, okay, let me think about this. So they had Sergeant Shriver and McGovern lost to Nixon. Yeah, they got Massachusetts and I think D.C. So that's your prediction.
Those are the two.
I think that cell phone back in the
I was gonna
early
say out
80s
to the
really jacked up his head. Like
the growth on your left ear, I think, is coming back to haunt you.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a landslide.
well, okay. Let me ask you a question. Honestly, I mean, okay, I know you're Republican. I know you think it's going to be a landslide. Do you actually like Donald Trump? Like, do you think he's a nice person?
You know, I know him, so you guys don't remember.
Okay. Do you think like his like?
No, he's not nice. He's not a nice person.
Thank you. I'm
No,
glad
no,
to hear that.
He's.
Would you want him dating Nicole? But,
Oh, absolutely not.
right.
No.
Okay. Of course, Nicole, if she was dating him, that would be
Very interesting.
because she's married. So that would be weird.
Big
That'd
me.
be crazy. Your sister has an affair with the president. What? Like, no. So you wouldn't want him dating your daughter?
No, he's not a nice person.
Good. I'm
Or
glad
not
to hear that.
electing him because you want Biden negotiating with China. I don't want that.
I'm okay with that.
I'll be honest
I'm
with
okay
you.
with who he's got with him.
Listen, like, there's one area that I'm sympathetic. I mean, I'm an American, right? And
Absolutely.
I see China as a major threat, obviously. And I think the way the president, I'm not even going to say his name, I think the way the president's dealing with China is the right way to deal with it.
Absolutely.
You got to
By the
deal
way,
with him
this
hard.
the whole thing with TikTok.
Yep.
Like, honestly,
Yep.
they do that to our people all the time. Like, if we want to go over there, if Facebook wants to go to China, they're like, screw you. We have our own Facebook. We copied you. When I was in China, and Kevin was supposed to be there. He couldn't because his law firm broke up, actually.
It did.
That's the birth of Smith Ursic. But I went to China. Everything you see in China is a knockoff. Like, they would have Heineken. Right. In Heineken, it's a green bottle. It's got the Heineken label, but it's all the Chinese characters on it. You take a drink of it, it's exactly like Heineken. But that's not Heineken. It's not going to Heineken Corporation. It's going to the knockoff corporation in China. Red Bull, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, everything is knocked off. And it looks exactly the same. The colors are the same. The logos are the same. Everything. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complicated issue, right? We've got a lot of American companies over there. I mean, Apple makes, I don't know what the percentage of iPhones are made in China, right? We've got a lot of farmers that rely on exports to China. So it's a complicated issue, but I think you're right. You got to take them on hard. You got to play hardball with them. It's the only way to get them to the table.
No, they stole our steel industry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Under the
No doubt
eyes
about
of
it.
Pete Viscoski. And I mean, basically, they brought their cameras over here back in the early 80s and took pictures and went and stole our industry.
Well, when you see like a lot of Chinese students, like the foreign students that are going to our American colleges, like 1/3 of them are coming from China or were coming from China.
Yep.
And so they're sending their kids. And the kids, when I went to China, the whole trip was paid for by Chinese billionaires. And there's so much wealth concentrated in a few hands out there. But like, these families could easily send their kids to Notre Dame. Easily.
Steve Bannon was arrested on a Chinese billionaire's yacht yesterday.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exiled Chinese billionaire's yacht.
We were out there, and I was there was this Chinese judge. He was like like equivalent to like a maritime judge in America. Okay. And this guy liked me. Like he was like out there, like if you're a mayor in China, very big deal. If you're a mayor in America, you're like middle manager.
I mean, like in China, a mayor, like these cities there are like 10 million people.
True
There's
story.
like Hammond's like a.
They're like, how many? 81,000. They're like, really? That's a city? They'll have like 1 million in the small towns in China.
Right. Think about that.
So anyway, this Chinese judge was like, hey, first off, he can't talk to me. This is all through a translator. Do you want to go get some tea? And I'm like, being nice, like, oh, I love tea. I freaking hate tea, right? But I'm like, yeah, it sounds great, Judge. Like, he's like, but I want to take you to a nice place. I can't afford it. This is all through a translator. So I'm going to call up my buddy and we'll meet him there. Okay. Sounds good, right? So he calls up this billionaire buddy of his and says, meet me. It's like a super fancy tea, a Chinese tea Starbucks, basically. So we go there. They seat us in the back. And then all of our hosts are like, this place is super expensive.
Did you say for all the tea in China?
Yeah, right. But like they were like telling us, this place is real expensive. Make sure you drink your tea. And we're drinking it. And then they tell us they brought out a thing of tea. Mm-hmm. It cost like $20,000. And it's all being paid for. I'm not BSing.
How can you have a cup of tea for $20,000?
Kevin, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
You're not embellishing.
I am not embellishing. You ask anybody on the trip with us. We're in this. It's all being paid for. The judge goes to this super wealthy Chinese billionaire, and the judge and the Chinese billionaire had a lot of business interests. But he was really cool. We went to Stanford and all this. But this guy covers this, and he gives us gift bags and everything when we leave. It was, by the way, I drank every drip of that
I would
tea.
think so. You're like,
I'm like,
let me lick the bottom of that cup.
It tasted really good too.
So don't complain about a $3 cup of tea at Starbucks, right?
No, man. I'm telling you, that's a real deal. But like, there is a lot of wealth in China.
Oh,
like,
you know, they talk about the students that come over here that they drive the big cars, and in most cases they drive the cars to the airport, get on an airplane, and leave the cars.
Oh yeah, the Chinese do that. Do that at BMW. They have cars sitting in the college stores it for them while they're overseas.
Wow.
Yeah. And by the way, they're like Beamers, Audis.
Sure.
It's like a car like you drive.
Well, I would think that
my kid's sidecar.
A lot of the folks that are able to afford having their kids come to America for education have just a ton of money.
You know what else the Chinese students do at PNW? They buy houses so they can live there 10 months a year, 9 months a year.
Wow.
In my neighborhood, like right down the street, and like that's one of the nicer neighborhoods in our city, and this is like their side house, like the one they crash in when they're in America.
I'm sure universities like it. It's great money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Foreign students. I mean, that's helping American universities.
My
big
partner's
time.
in real trouble right now because he built all the student housing in Valpo, Louisville, and Indianapolis.
And they're not coming to school.
Yeah, Valpo.
I think commercial real estate's a rough business right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got people.
My brothers seem like they're. No, I think commercial real estate where we are in Northwest Indiana
is still okay
because all the people in Chicago that are fleeing are coming here. Yeah. And I'm really bearish, stock market terminology, on downtown Chicago's
commercial real estate in big cities.
I just don't see rough. I do not see how they're going to recover from this. I think it's a permanent damage. I agree.
Yep.
Like if you had 10 floors in the Sears Tower and now everybody's working from home.
And they're realizing you can actually work from home and be productive and make money.
So what happens to all that vacant space?
Maybe you need one floor now instead of 10.
One.
Right.
And maybe you get a floor in Hammond instead. And then when we have our meetings, we all meet in Hammond, right? Why would you pay all this price to be downtown?
Well, it's funny, right? You need events to make you realize you can do things different. And like Zoom, no one would do a Zoom call before. Oh, I'm coming to City Hall.
That's right.
I'm coming down to City Hall. Now we sit on Zoom, half the day. Mm-hmm. And think about all the ancillary things like parking garages, restaurants, bars, all those things downtown that rely on everybody to be down there.
I'm meeting Tuesday with some gentleman and want me to buy into 2 restaurants with them.
But you're nervous about that, right?
Oh,
because it's downtown restaurants.
I sat with probably 40, 50 people at Tommy B's last night in Valpo. Everybody's vowing never to go back to Chicago.
I've been hearing that from people.
I don't know why.
I love Chicago.
I'm telling my kids never to go to Chicago.
Oh, I go to Chicago. I don't mind.
I go all the time.
I do too. I love it. So
I don't go to Chicago at 2 a.m. or anything like that. I don't go around my own city at 2 a.m.
Well, I was talking
to
somebody, and they said that after the riots in the '60s, that it took 15 years for Chicago to kind of come back, where people wouldn't go. They didn't want to go. They thought it was unsafe. I mean, I don't know if Chicago's there yet. I hope it's not, because it's a great place to go, and it's a wonderful city. And there's a lot to do, and we like to go to Cubs games and Bears
That's
games
another
and everything.
thing. By the way, like all the stuff that people would drive from Valparaiso to Chicago or
Aren't
to
happening.
Hammond from Chicago aren't happening. So like, so like we're focusing on the bad stuff that's happening, and it's happening in places it usually doesn't happen. But would it happen if 50,000 people are going to Wrigley, or 75,000 people are going to Soldier Field, and then there's a lot more of
Instead of it being a ghost town on the
Right.
Mag Mile, which it has
Right.
been for
I know,
6
man.
months. It's crazy.
that stuff, man. I tell you, with the riots that happened last week, last Monday, when
Well, I don't even call it looting. Basically, just
It's looting.
criminal. It's
It's
not.
right. It's
yeah,
right.
it's not like based on any issue.
it has
It's
nothing to do with protests. Like,
Nothing.
that is not. And I'm telling you, like
pure criminality.
we have in Hammond, obviously, Cal City got destroyed by looters.
Mm-hmm.
It was a looter. It had nothing to do with George Floyd. It had
Nope.
nothing to do with protests. It was straight up criminality, right? And we've been talking in Hammond, and I tell you, when a window is broken on any of our buildings, that's when we're going to get real. Like, you want to march down the street and protest, we got you. We're going to support you. We're going to try to do our best. But you want to start breaking stuff and start stealing stuff, we're not messing around here, man. I'm telling you. And I will support my police officers 100%. If you are trying to go after one of our stores, if you are like part of a group that wants to destroy things in our city, we are not
mayhem.
going to sit idly by. Like what they did in Chicago, just sitting back watching you destroy like the old Marshall Fields and watching you destroy the Magnificent Mile, will not happen here. Will not. And I don't care what happens to my political career. That's my job. And once you start breaking windows and destroying things, that's when.
That's when
we
you're
have to
not
respond.
protesting. You're just being criminal.
You're just
Yeah.
a felon at
Yeah.
that point. I don't care who it is. I don't care what you're protesting. Like when you break a window just to make a point, that's when we get serious in Hammond. And that's where we are right now. We got.
Mayor, I think the residents will support that. I think they support
I
you
hope so.
wholeheartedly
I hope
on
so.
that.
I don't know what it's going to do towards
I think they support you. They want to make sure their town's safe, the city's safe, and that you're protecting them.
Hey, I'm the first McDermott that lost. You know that? Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah. No.
I besmirched our family name.
It was,
I'm
Okay,
changing my last
so
name.
here, I want to ask Senior this. So I had to put up with Tom 2 weeks ago saying his political career is dead. Last week, I got him to at least say it was on life support.
I
Now,
said
tell
I had
me-
a stench about it.
Yeah, you did. So can you please tell him he's not?
McDermott's don't quit.
I'm not quitting.
Oh, well
I'm
then,
not quitting.
I heard that you said on the air 2 weeks ago that your political career
is
was
dead.
over.
It's dead, I said.
Oh, no, it's
I
not.
said once you lose
No.
in politics, it's like you have a
Barack
stench.
Obama, he lost.
That's
Abraham
true.
Lincoln lost.
Abraham Lincoln
I
lost.
mean, go through everybody. I mean, Clinton lost the governorship in Arkansas before he became governor, and then
Attorney General.
No,
He was running for attorney general and lost.
somebody
No, it was
look that
Congress.
up, please.
No, okay. Before you look
Governor.
it-
I think Clinton lost as
he
governor
lost running for
first.
Congress. He lost running for Congress.
You better look this up.
Look it
Linz.
up.
Lindsay's gonna
Can we actually put stuff on?
put governor.
What? You could do that?
Oh, there you go. 74. Clinton lost the congressional race. Now find out
Eat it,
whether. No,
Smith,
hold on.
eat it.
Hold on. Find out if he lost for governor.
He
right
did
before
not lose for governor.
Yes, he did.
Eat it,
Find
Smith.
this out.
Eat it, Smith. Kevin thinks he knows everything.
We're gonna get it. Narrowly defeated. Let's see. Defeated. There you go. Right before he gained it.
All right, we're both
Thank
right.
you. Both right.
All right, he lost.
Take that.
Was he attorney? He was the attorney general.
That I don't know.
Arkansas. He was.
Well, look it up, Linz.
Let's go.
Electoral history of Bill Clinton. Wikipedia, right there.
That's right.
Second one on the list.
See, the
Lynn,
thing
right
is,
there.
nowadays, back in the old days, before Google, you could be full of shit and just have like a good poker face,
Yep,
right?
not anymore.
You're just like, yeah, he did, Kevin. I don't care what you say, right? And now you're like, tick, 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 tick. Like, oh,
Yeah.
McDermott's full of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. We were both right.
But
I think
you've
that's
got
double
a
digits
big
now,
career
Linz.
ahead of you.
I agree with you, Senior.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
What's that?
You have a great career ahead of you. Yeah, I really feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Oscar Martinez, our sheriff,
Yeah, that's a good story, too.
lost twice.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I know, even Oscar knows that I made enemies in his sheriff's race, and it cost me, right? I wouldn't change a thing. I love Oscar. I think Oscar's
he's a good
amazing.
sheriff.
I think Oscar's an amazing sheriff. And even knowing if somebody would have whispered in my ear from the future, they said, if you support Sheriff Martinez the way you're planning to, you're going to lose running for Congress a year from now, I'd have still done it. Because Oscar Martinez being the sheriff of Lake County, Indiana,
Is a good thing for Lake County, Indiana.
no doubt about it. He's honest, hardworking, he's inspirational, and he's a leader. And I love the guy, and he's a friend of mine, by the way. I love Oscar Martinez. And knowing what I do now, I wouldn't change a damn thing. That
No,
I
he's a
did.
good
Oscar
guy.
Martinez didn't say his political career is dead when he lost. He just came back.
I
and
guarantee you Oscar Martinez was going through the same
he was
types of
bummed.
issues.
He was
Right.
bummed.
Oh, we got mail.
Oh,
Okay, we got 2 letters. Lindsay, do you want to, you don't have a microphone, do you?
come on over, Linz.
Yeah, we have 2 letters that are real and one letter that's fake. And I want to see which one you guys...
Oh,
I'm going to take my water break.
2 of them are real, and 1 of them is not real. So, all right. So Lindsay's going to read them off.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Lindsay. What's
I'm
up?
really glad I look nice today.
You do.
I did
know.
not
Thank
know
you.
I was going to be on camera today, so.
Really?
All right, here we go. All right,
Okay.
we got 3 letters, 2 truths and a lie. So
Okay.
Jane from Cherville says, Mayor, love the show, but can't always listen to it while I'm driving to work in my car. My phone battery goes dead if I use Facebook Live in my car. When will I be able to subscribe to your podcast on Apple Podcasts?
Okay. We'll answer the question. Let's see if that's a real one or not. Okay, let's go to the next one. There's one of these is fake.
I'm sorry, Pops.
Okay.
This next one has a curse word, and I'm really sorry, Mom.
It doesn't count for the count.
Okay,
cuss
all right.
counter.
Because it's quoting.
We're quoting. It's a letter.
Quote unquote, Mayor, heard your show, thought it was great. You listed 10 reasons why you weren't successful. However, you forgot reason number 11, that you are a dick. And that's why we didn't vote for
Ouch.
you.
Oh.
That was Mad Mac from Griffith.
Oh, Mad Mac from Griffith. Thanks, Mad Mac. Huh, I
Love you,
wonder if
Mad
that-
Mac.
Okay. All
I
right.
miss you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Last one.
So I wonder if that
I don't
one.
miss him.
I wonder if that one was fake or real.
All right,
We'll find
next one. Mayor and Kevin, we really miss you here at WJOB. We are constantly talking about you on each show and miss you guys greatly. We are really hoping you can come back and save the sinking ship. Love, Jed.
Oh, Love Jed. Okay.
I think that one's the real one.
Oh, really? You think that's a real one? So 2 of these are real, and 1 of them is fake. Huh. All right. Well, thanks, Linz.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Guest appearance.
forever be a mystery.
So anyway, I think one of the real
Mailbag.
one. Mailbag. So to get a hold of us, did we get those through direct message, John?
Direct message. Well, 2 of them we did.
Yeah, direct message. So you can direct message us, or
He walked in with these. I don't
do we have? Do we have?
News.
Do we have?
News.
Do we have voicemail?
John will be setting up a voicemail on our phone at...
What the hell is going on? Like,
Hey, aren't you lucky we have a phone? You wanted a phone number. Now we have a phone
We have
number.
a phone and
now
no
you're
voicemail?
Now you're like, we need
oh,
voicemail.
Excuse me for like
It's a lot of
wanting-
demands.
Dude, this is like 80s technology. Who leaves messages? Yes, they do. They leave messages.
You know, being on Apple Podcasts this week isn't enough. I want voicemail.
Yeah, but excuse me.
So demanding. Yeah, people, we have multiple lines. 595-0792. It's not a catchy number,
Right.
but we like it. 595-0792.
My dad is. We got to figure out what that spells. By the way, we'll work on that next. But I know my dad's got to be out of here fairly shortly.
All right, well.
he's got to be in Crown Point. I did want to point out the caller, the message from the lady from Cherville about having to listen to us on Facebook Live in her car. You can now subscribe to our show, Left of Center show on Apple's platform.
Yeah, Apple's podcast app. Go to Apple Podcast app.
I was listening to it last show.
You can listen to us whenever you want. When you're out for a jog, when you're going to sleep at night, when you're waking up in the morning.
Left of Center show. So anyway,
Senior, thanks for being the first guest.
not a,
It means a lot to
you
us.
You guys are funny. You know, you're kind of crazy, and it's enjoyable. But it's,
I love the fact that you cussed more than me today.
well,
I love it a lot, actually.
Especially after you start-
It's not a bad
Boom.
thing.
It is. You just
Again.
did it again.
It's
Like, this
not-
is excellent.
It's not a,
Would you say shit on WJLB?
It's a-
FCC would be all over you.
really?
Probably.
Coming
I don't
from
know.
a former owner of
I don't know.
WJOB.
The owner of WJLB said bullshit.
He did twice
Yeah.
on a Sunday, too.
There was one more message.
On the Sabbath.
Oh, there wasn't? Okay.
And no, Jack Smith says I deserve a hazard pay because he almost hit me with the marker.
Oh, it was a rebound. I was aiming over there, and then it bounced off the wall. So anyway, we're moving along here.
One last thing. I wanted to do show and tell.
Show and tell.
The reason we have the Wham shirt for the 2,000 plus people that rode in Wham from Chicagoland all over the place. Jill Gajewski, great job on the shirt. These are available on whamride.com only through Sunday. So they're $15. There's also the jersey on there for $85. Check it out. Go order whamrideshirts.com.
What's that guy's name?
I'm sorry, whamride.com. Lindsay,
Jeff Goldblum.
thank
What
you.
the
Jeff
hell-
Goldblum.
I don't understand the significance of Jeff Goldblum.
But, like,
with
I don't either, but like people,
Midnight
Lindsay,
Biker.
look at Lindsay.
He's a handsome man.
But like, what does like that have to do with writing in
it's
a
hilarious.
Like, I just can't put it.
There's
together. I
some
think
quote from Jurassic Park. It's like,
Life finds a way.
and then she did Wham. Oops, whoops. Wham finds a way.
Okay.
So it's Wham finds a way.
So you knew what that was when you saw it?
It's Jurassic Park.
I had
Also
no
cool
idea.
here. Please social distance 1 T-Rex apart. So whamride.com to order your shirt.
And then next time I do show and tell, I'm going to have a bust of my dad's head.
Whoa.
And I'm going to put my Hyman G. Rickover hat
Can we
on.
rub the head for
We're
good
going
luck?
to. Every time I cuss, I'll like rub his head. Is that all right if I use that? I mean,
I'll bring it.
who has a bust of their own head in their own library anyway? This
Senior.
is like
Come
Senior
on.
does. Like it's a homage to me.
That's a
like,
total senior thing. I love it.
He does it back.
All right, thanks for coming in, Dad. It's great to see you.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you too.
Yeah.
And thanks, Kevin. I love
Thanks,
you too.
man.
Lindsay, love you too. John Vesmar, I love you also. So,
Mm,
and
whoa.
thanks to the 140 plus people that watched our show. We
And all the
appreciate you.
subscribers on Apple Podcasts.
Yes. Don't forget, subscribe on Apple Podcasts.